I'd like to welcome you to the Wings of Freedom and their magnificent warbirds, and then welcome them again to Barnstable Municipal Airport, and a special thanks to the Collings Foundation for their continuing support and sponsorship of these historic aircraft. And before we get to our guest speakers, I wanted to offer a special welcome to our local VFW Post 2578.
I'm a Navy vet, didn't fly these things. However, on September 25th, 1986, lucky me, I first walked aboard the then freshly restored 909 B-17, the mighty Flying Fortress. And as I walked into it, my first thought was, this is the mighty Flying Fortress? It's tiny. It's bare aluminum. It probably won't stop at 22. And it brings you right up to the fact that the guys in the 8th Air Force and everybody who flew the 17 on the daylight raids against the Axis were beyond heroes, beyond heroic. Every mission was death-defying and frequently deadly. The 8th had the highest percentage loss of men and machinery of any unit in World War II, I believe.
Fellow veterans, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all on behalf of the Department of Veterans Services for coming here today. These veterans, over the years that I've serviced them, have told me a lot of their stories. And every time I get to see these planes, I respect their ability to fly these things, ride in these things, and their bravery. And so I salute you all today.
Well, I was a nose gunner on a B-24, and we flew out of Italy in the 15th Air Force. Unfortunately, we also got shot down, and so half the crew were captured, and half of us were wandering around Greece, and so I made it back and with some of the others. No, they weren't exactly a luxury liner, you know. It wasn't quite like riding in a continental aircraft. So, and the 17 is even smaller than the 24 as far as the interior goes. You can get claustrophobia in either one of them.
I volunteered almost a year ahead of Pearl Harbor because the world was full. You could tell a war was coming on. And so I did. I was an engineering officer in Wright Field, and then finally got into flying school and got myself assigned to England, and flew the planes, and particularly remember flying on the beach for the invasion, and I flew 3 days on D-Day because I'd been grounded 3 weeks because I knew the story of Landlord, which was a code name for the landing. They didn't want anyone who knew the whole story to be shot down. My thoughts today, well, you know, it's always nice to get recognition. And because, you know, it was quite a time. That invasion as a campaign and a battle was the largest in terms of logistics ever flown, in terms of people lost. Some 9,000 people lost their lives, and it was a huge operation. We to win that thing, Eisenhower knew in military campaigns, which you generally have 3 phases: what's called the preparation phase, and then the decisive phase, and then the exploitation, when you exploit your victory so in this case, Eisenhower was very smart. We spent the better part of a year and a half building up troops from U.S. in England. So we were overwhelming the superior force. You had to have that to get into make an invasion against the German defenses, which were all along there and were very powerful, and that's why we lost 9,000 troops. It was but that was the biggest invasion in terms of troops and people lost and ammunition expended in history. And there'll be never be another like it.
And so today you're going to go up for a flight soon. What are you thinking as you approach getting on board and going?
Oh, fun. It'll be great fun. I haven't flown this plane for decades, so it'll bring back a lot of memories. And we're going to go down and fly over my house. So I'll just have a good time. Oh, I haven't had so much fun in a long time.